It's Batman time! Hello, welcome to another figure review. Today we're gonna have a look at the S.H.Figuarts Catwoman in the Dark Knight Rises version. Finishing off the Dark Knight line, I guess, because I haven't seen anything else shown by Figuarts. This one is coming in really late. I mean, Figuarts, it was kind of weird that, well, we're gonna do Dark Knight figures, and they did the Dark Knight Batman, and then they did the Dark Knight Returns Joker, which was, both of them were fantastic, so I decided to get Catwoman as well to round everything off. So here we got the Anne Hathaway version of Catwoman. We got the digital printers doing work again. DG printers. She stands at about 15 centimeters, 6 inches tall to the top of her head. And I don't know. I mean, this digital printer didn't do the job. Well, the digital printer is okay, but they really screwed up the paint with the mask. And you even have some brown in her forehead. So this, yeah, also a little bit shifty-eyed. It's not the worst, but this is not so impressive, honestly. I'm just not blown away by this. Moving around to the hair. I like how they painted it also with this one. You got the black lines. It really makes a nice impression. However, once again, the paint around the ears is horrible. And the other thing is, you have a lot more shiny paint job or material in the back than the hair on the head itself. I mean, I don't know how well you see it under the camera, but that was the first thing I noticed taking her out of the packaging, how shiny the back of her hair is, and the rest isn't. So I just run with one. I don't care if it's shiny or not shiny. You can have gel in it, but you know, decide on one thing. Now for the rest of the figure, obviously there's not really any paint, but that's not really their fault. That's obviously the design, and you gotta stick to what you have. But still, why is there like a gray spot of paint in the back? And even the zipper is, I mean, it is clean enough, I'd say. It still doesn't really cover all of the zipper up there, but it's weird. It's just weird to me. You didn't even have to do a lot of paint, and even the amount of paint you did, it's not great. So overall, the mold is nice. All the detail, like the Kevlar stuff going on, that's really cool. I love that molded detail part, and that was one of the reasons why we really wanted to pick this up. I mean, that was one of the things that really shined about the Batman figure. And, you know, obviously this one is a lot more simple. But it's still looking good. Let's see with the paint. Let's see if the paint on the heels is well done. It looks like it. I'm really looking for slips now because, you know, again, you didn't have to do a lot of paint, and even the amount you did, yeah, that happened. So for the articulation, as you can tell, I was really playing around with this one because articulation is very important for Catwoman to do all these weird-ass poses, sexy poses. Starting off with the head, it is just on a ball joint, that's standard stuff, but since there's nothing blocking it, and they left a lot of room for it, it does go back and forth nicely, and it does go all the way around, and it does not really tilt side to side, just a teeny tiny bit. Let me hold on to the neck. She has a really long neck, which is accurate. Another thing is you have an actual ball joint in the hair, which I like. That's really cool. It doesn't really have that much rotation because it's blocked, but still you can get it up and down, getting really some good poses with her head and the hair not blocking it. Then we have the neck articulation, super loose, nice wiggle motion. Now for the shoulder, I do believe there's just a double ball combination. You have the ball hinge in the shoulder itself, and the floaty piece going with it. I do not think this is a butterfly joint, unless it's stuck. And I don't really get much more out of this. So this is just really rotating around with it. But the rotation of it is nice. You can bring it forward, can bring it up, and you can rotate it around on the ball hinge itself. And we got a simple ball hinge in the shoulder, goes up and down. Does it also rotate around? Not a little bit, but obviously it's molded so that you can't really get that much out of it, but then you get the ball joint in the face, back and forth, rotation, chest articulation, has some wiggle motion, goes to the back, goes to the front, give it a little bit of a push, and then goes out to the side, and then it goes off. Yeah, there we go. Ball pack combination. I mean, that works, gets the job done. In the torso area, let's see. This rotate has a little bit of wriggle room, side to side, back and forth, and this one also. I mean, you could get it all the way around, but I wouldn't force it too much. Don't break off your ball hinge. Then we got the legs, and that's the problem here. So you only have regular ball joints in there, and that's bad. It doesn't go out to the side at all. Let me see if I can pull this part up. No. Also, the diaper part is not soft plastic? What? Why? So yeah, leg does not move out at all. Of course, you can rotate it on the ball. It does go forward nicely. It does go to, not really to the back because it gets blocked by the butt. And this is bad. This is really bad. Wait, I can pull it down, but that doesn't do anything. Because they molded the entire leg part, so it looks clean. I give them that. But, yeah, I don't... What is this? Is it something... I'm really surprised by this. I'm fidgeting around seeing if something's blocked, but no, it's just... It doesn't budge because it doesn't have any room. Because they didn't make the crotch piece soft plastic. We got swivel in the boot. Goes... I mean, it would go all the way around, but it's super stiff, so I don't want to force it right now too much. We have a ball hinge in the knee. And, shoutouts to whatever the hell this is supposed to be. What the hell? You have so many joints, and you use just a big ball like that, and you kind of cut it in the back. Like, what is this? Somebody explain that to me. Like, really, what's this supposed to be? We got another ball hinge in the foot, though, and that has good articulation. Goes back and forth, and you can rotate it side to side and all the way around. And you got finally a toe hinge that goes forward, and oh, it does go up. There we go. So you got that, and yeah, that's all for the articulation. And also the accessories are very minimal. I'm gonna start off with the goggles. I'm gonna put that on her face, but here you have a more detailed look at the goggles, kind of like a see-through red, and the blue in the sides. Those are to put on her face, and those are if you want to use them as cat ears, more turned up. Well, not really cat ears, but you know, you have holes in the sides. Let me see that real quick. I have to move onto the camera. I have to move, not look at it on the camera because I'll never... Yeah, so that barely pegs in there. That's really weird. But it does stay up like that, so you can have the cat ears. Or the other version, if you want to, then you have a gun. Regular, plain looking gun, but that's fine. It's a bit metallic. Has a decent look to it. Then we got two open hands. Two holding hands, just, you know, to hold the gun or whatever. Well, she doesn't really have anything. And then finally, you got the ones with the trigger finger, again, for the gun. And that already does it. So I just put her in a pose and then she fell over because obviously because of the high heels, she's really hard to pose. Would have been nice giving her a base or something, Figuarts, but yeah. It's gonna bring me to the final thoughts. What do I think about this figure? Really, really, really disappointing. I mean, overall, the look of the figure is nice. Looking at her long neck, might be a bit too long, but then again, Anne Hathaway has a really long neck, so yeah, I mean, the problem is obviously the paint job. They didn't have to do a lot of paint, but they screwed even that up. Then I would say, well, the hair is nicely made, but then this one's shiny and this one isn't shiny, so they screwed that up as well. And like the zipper even is not the cleanest, but that's not really something to super complain about. And then the leg articulation. This is laughable. This is not... Why is this not getting anything done? I don't get it. Why not use the fighting body? This is just ugly. It doesn't... That's not the biggest feature, the worst feature, but still. Yeah. And minimal accessories, which was the case for all of them, but all the other ones looked fantastic, so I forgave that. With this figure, she still looks good. There's nothing inherently wrong with the figure, but it's still lazy. That's really it. Lazy paint job, lazy knee leg articulation, like really the legs and the knees, and yeah, lazy. Unfortunate. So yeah, I do not recommend this one. Even though it's still a decent figure, it's not a bad figure, but it could be so much better. As I've been saying a lot about Figuarts recently. I don't know what's going on, guys, but I'm sorry. I used to love Figuarts, but this is I can't recommend this one. Sorry. So that's gonna do it, guys. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure-based gameplay stuff and whatever Catwoman wants.